Oh snap. Welcome to the Citystead.
Welcome guys, today we are going to harvest some of these scarlet runner beans that we've been growing. We didn't pick a lot of them off the vine because we were hoping to actually collect a lot of these at seed. And yeah, she got excited because, can you guys see that? This is what the seeds look like. Very neat. They're like this dark pink and purple color. They're very cool, and these scarlet runner beans have a neat feature to them. In some warmer climates, not really our climate, but in warmer climates, this can be grown as a perennial bean. You would just leave the rootstock in there and it would send up a new shoot. Now in our area it's a little too cold for that, so we have to grow it as an annual, but it's also good for dry beans, and if you eat the beans when they're young, it's a really good green bean. So it's a very multifaceted bean out in your garden, and we just wanted to save a bunch of seed to try to share with some other people, some of my family, and maybe some of you. If you're interested in some scarlet runner bean seeds, we can send you some of these. So put a comment down below if you're interested, or email us, get a hold of us, and maybe we'll be able to send you some. But first we gotta see how many we got out here. So you ready to start picking?
Uh-huh.
All right, let's get to it.
So I put them in the bucket, Dad, right here?
Yeah. So here at the Citystead, we only have the finest of harvest baskets, as you can see. I think this is a toolbox. Oh no, it's a little gardener tray for the kids' toys, but this is what we're using because it's what we got. So this is the third year we've actually grown some of these runner beans. The first year we only grew a handful, and we didn't really harvest too many of them for anything other than the little bit of green beans that we had, because it didn't produce. That is the one downside of these beans, is that they don't produce like a prolific amount of beans unless you have a prolific amount of plants. We planted, I think, about 20 of them, so we got a little snacks here and there with it, but it wasn't like a ginormous harvest. Still trying to figure that out, if that's a normal thing or if that's just because of the climate that we're in for these beans. Maybe it's not necessarily. Whoa. Whoa, windstorm real quick. Okay, sorry about that. A little bit of a wind burst right there. So I'm not sure if it's our climate that produced a little less bean wise, or if it's something to do with the actual plant itself. So we're going to keep harvest them, keep trying to grow them until they become a more prolific variety for us, because we really like the fact that they have an awesome color to them when they're done picked. The bean just is beautiful, and they are really good for fresh eating when they're young. So it's very, very good for all of that. The only thing is, like I said, they don't seem to produce like a ton like you would want out of a bean plant. But we do grow other pole beans, so for us it's not as big of a deal. For us it's not as big of a deal because we do grow a bunch of other bean plants, so these aren't the only bean that we have. Yeah, those are the ones. Pick those ones. Whoa, pull it. I think you pulled the whole plant. That was a lot of work for one bean pod.
Is that like you pictures with Mom? Whoa, don't step on that. Is that painted rock?
Yeah, that's a painted rock.
So she painted that rock.
So seed saving is becoming a big part of being self-reliant and self-sufficient, especially like when it comes to gardening, crops, being able to harvest your own seeds to grow your own plants. And the good thing about harvesting your own seeds is that they are more acclimated to your microclimate. Now every yard, everybody has their own little microclimates, and they're all slightly different than other people. We got quite a bit out of this. We filled this bottom of it and it's piled up a little bit. You can see all those beans in there. We're gonna have quite a bit of seed bean out of this. I'm pretty happy about it. And just being able to plant these again next year, and hopefully we'll have an even better, more prolific crop than we did this year. And we'll just keep going forward with it. I think we're gonna have a good store of scarlet runner bean seeds for next season. And like I said, these beans are just good for a lot of different things. And I eat them when they're like little green bean size shoots, right? And they're just little teeny tiny cute little beans. But let me show you kind of the monster pods that these things become when they get bigger. And this is pretty modest. There's a couple bigger ones in there. I think they're buried down a little bit more, but I mean, look at it. It's like the size of a telephone.
Pinhead, it's me, Zach.
Well, I guess cell phones are different now. People do, everybody know what a phone like that looks like? But yeah, they're like the size of a telephone. Like, they're huge, but they have this beautiful bean inside of them. Like I said, it's like dark pink, purple. I think there are different varieties that probably have different colored beans, but the ones that we grew are these, and the kids absolutely love the color of them. So another good way to try to get your kids to eat all these vegetables that you grow is try to grow stuff that's fun looking, because if it's fun looking, there's a better chance that kids might actually try it. I wish I knew a little bit more on the history of these. I know that they date back to like the Native Americans. It was a very popular plant with Native Americans, the scarlet runner bean. I'm not sure if it like died out or anything, or if it just lost popularity. I'm assuming because it's not that prolific of a producer, that's why people kind of steered away from it. But I know it's been around for a long time. Well, the easy part's done now. I picked them all. Now I gotta shuck them all. Peel them open, shuck them all, but that is a good nighttime job for after the kids are in bed. It's not really something they're gonna want to do, especially when we have a somewhat decent day. It turned out to be better. Yesterday was like cold and rainy. Today we got a little bit of sunshine and a little bit of warmth, so they just want to play. They don't want to do any actual work. And I can't say that I blame them.
Hey, it's a plane! It's Superman! 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 I say Superman! Oh yeah!
Alright guys, thanks for joining us here at the Citystead. As usual, we'll see you guys in the next one. Happy seed saving, everyone.